Good morning and welcome to this Q Associates live event. My name is Jerry Allen and I'm the head of the Modern Workspace practice here at Q Associates. Today's live event is on Microsoft Power BI and data analytics. So the format of the event as usual is that I'll present for about 15 to 20 minutes. I've also opened up the Q&A session, so if you've got any questions, please do post those as we go along. So what do we mean by business intelligence? So obviously the key part of that is the data warehouse itself, or the data platform, where all of the reporting data is collected. We'll also be looking at the self-service BI and the visualization layer. So today we'll be looking at Microsoft Power BI to address that part. The data integration. So the ability to ingress data into the data warehouse from all of those operational data stores or third-party data stores. And also we'll mention data governance. If you're going to be putting all of this key business information into the data warehouse, then we need to make sure that we're happy with the data governance. So here we see a Gartner Magic Quadrant for business intelligence. So typically our customers here at Q have been using technologies like Oracle Business Intelligence or Oracle Discoverer or even SAP Business Objects. So we're starting to see those tools now as a bit legacy. And the new kids on the block are really things like Qlik and Tableau and Microsoft, especially with its Power BI offering. And as you can see here, Gartner are very much seeing Microsoft as the market leader in this space. The sorts of things that Gartner are calling out for Microsoft is the visual appeal and the ease of use of the Power BI product, and also the end-to-end capability of the Microsoft Business Intelligence stack. And they also mention Microsoft's partner ecosystem. Obviously, some of these other newer products don't have the partner ecosystem that something like Microsoft have, so that's a consideration as well. So I've got a question coming in already. Thanks for that. So why is Splunk not on the Magic Quadrant? And that's a really good question. So we are here at Q are a Splunk partner as well as a Microsoft partner. But I think myself and Gartner both see Splunk as a sort of middle layer between your IT estate, where Splunk is collecting, monitoring and log file data from your IT estate. And then I would see that being pumped into or summarized and then pumped into the data warehouse. So the end users, any information from Splunk that the end users need is still going to be visualized through the Power BI tools. So Splunk more as an intermediary tool rather than an end user BI tool is how I would see it. So thanks for that question. So here's a visualization of the Microsoft Power BI tool. It's available on desktop, tablet, and mobile. As Gartner is saying, visually appealing. A large number of visualizations are provided by Microsoft themselves, but there's also the capability for third parties to develop new types of visualizations as well. So we can give the end user the visualization that most fits their particular KPI or data item. So I've got another question there. So let me just have a look at this question. So what's the difference between the web portal and the Power BI desktop tool? So another really great question, actually. So normally when we're talking about Power BI, we're looking primarily at the web-based portal, powerbi.com. That certainly has all of the functionality that the end users will need to consume the reports and the dashboards. But it'll also be what most of the report authors will use as well, because you can do most of your report authoring through powerbi.com. Where the desktop version comes in is for more advanced reporting, where say, for example, you're going to build in a DAX formula into your reporting to do some advanced aggregation or denormalization. And in those scenarios, you'll need the desktop tool to write the report. But you can still publish the report over to powerbi.com. So all the report consumers will still just use powerbi.com. So the desktop tool really just for advanced report authoring. The other thing to call out here on Microsoft Business Intelligence is that it's very much available end-to-end on-premise or in the cloud. So now that we have the Power BI report server installable on-premise, we can have the whole stack on-premise. Likewise, we can have the whole stack in the cloud. Or what's quite common still at the moment is that you'll have your BI part of the solution, the reporting part of the solution in the cloud, but your operational data stores will still be on-premise. So you'll need some on-premise data gateways to ingress that data out into the cloud. So yeah, a little bit more there on the Power BI report server. As I said, it's now available on-premise. So you can keep all of the data, the data warehouse data and the reporting metadata on-premise. It's fully compatible with SQL Server reporting services. So if you've already made a significant investment in SQL Server reporting services, then you can maintain that investment, at least in the short term. And then because it's based on the same tech as the powerbi.com solution, you can move those reports and dashboards over to the cloud if and when you're ready to do so. If you do start to move the data warehouse data over to the cloud, the next bit of tech that's really key is the Azure Data Factory. So this is the ETL or the ELT piece of the jigsaw. So traditionally you might have been using tools like Oracle Data Integrator or Business Objects Data Integrator. The difference here, as well as being totally cloud-based, this is very much a zero code or low code environment. So you have a drag and drop type interface to create the data loading and data transformation workflows. And even for advanced data transformation tasks, you can add a little bit of code. So you move into sort of low code. So much quicker to deploy and much less development than the traditional ETL tools that you might have been used to. So we still have the analysis services as well. So on-premise, this will have been known as SQL Server Analysis Services. In the cloud, it's been rebranded as Azure Analysis Services, but still the same underlying technology, still multi-dimensional advanced modeling capability, especially around your financial data. Fully compatible with Power BI, as you'd expect, but also available with Excel and other third-party tools as well. And last but not least, we've got the compliance. So obviously, if we're going to put a lot of key business information into the cloud, then we need to be assured that we've got the third-party audits and certifications, and Microsoft's got those covered. So what I'm going to do now is just talk to you about a recent project that we've been working on here at Q with a local government client. So this particular local government client started off life with a significant investment in SQL Server-based data warehouse, which you can see here, an on-premise SQL Server database warehouse, and then using SQL Server reporting services to deliver end-user reports to their internal user base. And over here, using SQL Server integration services to ingest the data into the data warehouse from a number of operational, again, on-premise operational data stores. So those are the business application data stores, effectively. And then there's a little bit of ingress from an external data source as well. So some third-party data coming in into an FTP server and then being processed into the data warehouse. So that was very much the starting point. What this customer was looking to do was to adopt Power BI and to adopt other parts of the cloud business intelligence suite, but to do it in a low risk, step-by-step way. So we didn't take anything out of the existing solution. All we did was added the Power BI part of the solution, added a cloud-based data warehouse, adopted Azure Data Factory to start ingesting some of the on-premise data into the data warehouse. And also linked up powerbi.com to the Microsoft 365 environment as well. So as well as taking operational data, they could combine that with SharePoint, Teams and email data to see what was going on in that part of the business, and combine that into their Power BI dashboards and reports. So what that allows them to do then is start to move data slowly from on-premise to the cloud, and also to start to remove some of the reports and move those slowly over to powerbi.com. The end goal then being to remove the on-premise data warehouse completely. So all of the reporting is done in the cloud. All of the data warehouse data is held in the cloud. They can use some of those advanced analytics like machine learning and AI and analysis services. They can still ingest data from on-premise, because at this stage a lot of the business applications are still hosted on-premise. So we can continue to ingest that through Data Factory and the Data Factory data gateway. But any third-party information, whether it's from other cloud-based SaaS products or other third parties, that can be ingested directly in through Data Factory into the cloud data warehouse. So making it much more independent of their on-premise infrastructure. So I've got a question like, how many gateways do you need, and does it support streaming data? So that's a really good question as well. So streaming data, absolutely, through existing Azure features like the IT Hub and the Event Hubs. You can ingest data through Data Factory straight into the cloud-based data warehouse. There's no problems with that at all. The only requirement for the gateways, once you've got all of the data warehouse and the reporting in the cloud, the only requirement for the data gateways is to get back to those on-premise operational systems. So the integration runtime engine for Data Factory allows you to access those on-premise operational data stores and ingest that data into the cloud data warehouse. So thanks for that question. So the next question we get asked a lot, obviously, is how much does this all cost? So the great news with Power BI Pro is that it's embedded already in the A5 for academics or E5 for enterprises into that Microsoft 365 license suite. So if you're at the level 5, you've already got Power BI Pro for everybody that you've got the level 5 license for. So hopefully the whole organization. If you're only at the level 3, so the E3 or the A3, then you'll need to purchase Power BI Pro as an add-on. So you can add it on per user, per month. And you can add it on gradually. So as you roll out Power BI Pro through the organization, then you can add the licensing as you go. Well, the alternative is to look at the compute and storage consumption model. So if the end goal is to get to all users in the organization, then it might be worth looking at the consumption model, where you can work out what sort of compute and storage requirements you'll need for the whole reporting workload, and then work out whether it's cheaper to rent that as a compute and storage model rather than a per user per month model. Once you buy the compute and storage model, then there's no limit on the number of users. Literally the whole organization can access that. So in summary, this is what we've discussed today. So Microsoft is very much an end-to-end business intelligence solution, all the way through from ingressing the data from your operational data systems, all the way through to the Power BI visualization layer. It's the market leader by some margin, according to Gartner. Fully deployable on-premise, in the cloud, or as we said, a hybrid of both. And we can move to that fully cloud model in a staged migration with reduced risk and business impact of doing it step by step. And also very cost effective, especially if it's already included in your existing Microsoft 365 subscription. But even if that's not the case, then still very competitive against the other offerings in the market. So that brings the event to a close today. So thanks for the questions that you dropped in as we went along. If you've got any other questions or anything else that you think that we could discuss with you around this subject, then please do reach out to us at this dedicated email address, analytics at qassociates.co.uk. And we fully appreciate that's been quite a fast track through some of the topics today. So we'd love to engage with you on a more detailed conversation. So please do reach out to us, and we can, we can schedule a one-to-one session to go through things in a little bit more detail. But thanks for your time today, and as always, we look forward to seeing you at our next event. So the next event will be in conjunction with our vendor partner Rubrik. Obviously one of the key backup vendors that we work with here at Q, and they'll be looking at backing up those operational databases regardless of the technology. So whether you've got a SQL Server or Oracle or a mixture of databases, then you'd be interested to see how Rubrik handles the backup and recovery of those databases. But again, once again, thanks for your time today, and enjoy the rest of your day. Many thanks, and bye for now.